Hey everyone, Elias here. I hope you're doing well. I had a good weekend, good holiday week last week. I just wanted to put this out there to live on our IG page for the whole team to check in with. Some really important stuff. We've talked about some of this generally before. I want to talk a little bit more specifically about sparring safely, especially sparring with striking things, so Muay Thai or MMA. When we're sparring, it's super important to realize that we're working with partners, not opponents. And it's important to be conscious about that, to go in thinking about a purpose, and our purpose can't be to win. If we feel ourselves getting riled up, which is natural, maybe someone went a little too fast, a little too hard, a little too snappy with us, we've got to make sure that we tell them, hey, that's too hard, that's too snappy, can you tone it down a bit? We don't just meet their level, because things can get out of hand really fast, especially if our emotions get involved, even if they're friends, okay? We really want to remember that. There are no points for quote-unquote winning a sparring round. We need to help each other get to our competitions healthy and safely, and that simply won't happen if we're sparring too hard. Now, you may have trouble realizing that this applies to you, and so the coaching staff, myself and everyone else, is going to make sure we're there to help you realize that. If we think you're going too hard in sparring, we're simply going to tell you can't spar, and we'll tell you why. If you want to discuss later why, or give, to better understand it, you can go up to them or us respectfully and ask, and we can try to break it down for you. What we're seeing is people who have long had trouble gauging and moderating their force continue to have that issue. So we're just going to help you by, if we think you're going too hard, tell you can't spar, and it's because you're going too hard. If that doesn't make sense to you, either because you think you're not going too hard, you think you should be allowed to go hard, in the latter, we don't really care. In the former, if you don't understand, we can talk to you a bit after and explain why. But it's important that even if you don't understand why, if you want to be a part of the team, that you just accept that. If that bothers you or that offends you and you need to move on somewhere else, you can, of course. But we're really going to be a lot more strict about that. Simply put, whether we're wearing big gloves or little gloves, whether we're working on boxing, Muay Thai, or MMA, people shouldn't be getting concussed or knocked out. Yes, sometimes things happen by accident, but it should be really, 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 really rare and really, really difficult to do. For what it's worth, I wasn't a very high-level fighter, but I fought for years in MMA. I knocked people out cold in competition. I hit them until the ref stepped in, and won by TKO, won by knockout. I developed enough power to win by stoppage from strikes to opponents. And never once, now going on 25 years in August, have I ever concussed a training partner. From 1999 until now, I've never once concussed a training partner or knocked them out. Maybe I'm just lucky, but maybe it's because I really care. Maybe it's because I'm concerted effort to train my power on bags, a little bit on pads, things of that nature. It really should be difficult. I want you to think about this, team. I want you to have so much control with your strikes that even if your training partner, your sparring partner, guesses completely wrong and they think you're going to the body and they drop their guard completely and you connect flush, even if they're completely unaware, they don't see it coming, they don't have their hands up, their arms up, any of their guard up, that even if that happens, you're not going to stun them. If that sounds crazy to you, you need to reevaluate. If I catch you completely unawares, and I've done this to many of you, all your coaches have caught you completely unaware, and none of us have concussed you, you shouldn't be doing it to yourself. Now listen, if you're at a point where you can't throw with control, that's okay. You're just not going to be sparring. You're going to work in control with combo drills, sparring drills where we're going, where we're setting patterns, but we're not just like freestyling and let you go in. You've really got to work on that. I don't want anyone to get stunned. I don't want anyone to get concussed. I don't want anyone to get hurt in sparring. If you're not sparring at a level where you catch your sparring partner completely unaware and flush, and and they stay safe, then you're not throwing with enough safety. I'm talking about to the head specifically. Sometimes we're going to beat each other's legs up. Sometimes we're going to beat up the body a little bit. That's okay. To the head, it's just not what good teams do. It's not what good athletes do. I've sparred. I've been at the pro practices sparring at American Top Team. At TriStar Gym in Montreal, at American Kickboxing Academy in San Jose, at Rufus Sport in Milwaukee. I've sparred with pros in kickboxing in the Netherlands. At no point did I see anyone, and this is over years and years and years, over more than over 2 decades. I've never seen any of them in the last 10 years knock each other out, stun each other. They throw control to the head always. Always. I'm talking about people fighting at the highest levels at kickboxing and in MMA. Nowadays, they simply don't beat up the head. Not good gyms, not good athletes. No one does that. Boxing's going to do what boxing's going to do. If you want to spar like it's 1999 or 2003, that's on you. You can get a time machine. You can go back to Militich fighting systems and shoot the box. You can knock each other out over puppies. We're not going to do that here. We're simply not going to do it. If you're repeatedly stunning your partners, if your partners are repeatedly, or you yourself are repeatedly getting hurt, something's wrong. It shouldn't be happening. If I, at 40 years old, can go to American Top Team this past winter and spar with people that are completely outclass me, go hard in terms of exertion, go hard in terms of conditioning, go hard in terms of going for subs and takedowns, and they do the same to me, and I come out alive, and they all come out alive, something's wrong if you're not doing the same. I saw people at TriStar have so much control that they spar with no shin guards, no gloves, MMA, because they have their placement, they have control. Rufus Sport, Duke Rufus told me it used to be much different back in the day. They used to try to knock each other out boxing style. They haven't done that for years. They changed the way things are, okay? American Kickboxing Academy. These people all produce world champions, and they're not knocking each other out in practice. They're not giving each other concussions. There's no reason you should be doing it. There's no reason we should be doing it. So control yourself. If you're having trouble controlling yourself, we're going to help you control yourself. You're going to be removed from sparring. You can do other stuff. We can help explain it to you. But it's very important that we're striking with control. You can do this. You can do this with speed, and you can still get ready for a fight. Okay. So just wanted to put that out there. If you have any questions, let us know. But it's something that's super important to us. Thank you, everyone, for joining up. Share this. Talk about this with each other. And I'll see you all very soon. Thanks a lot.